Hi, everyone. I am Lisa Noble. I am the owner of Vivid Visual Solutions, which is a branding agency that is based in Southfield, Michigan. So, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about catering to every customer. A lot of times I get clients that come in and I ask, who's your ideal customer? And they say, well, anybody who comes in, everybody from 18 to 65. And a lot of times I say that is not true. And so, why do I say that? I say that because um, you have to have an ideal customer that you cater to. When you do your marketing efforts, you want to think of this person and actually sell to them. So, how do you do that? You need to build what's called a customer profile. And it's actually a fictional customer that you think of anytime that you do your marketing. And so you decide, so what's that person's name? We give the person a name. You decide if they're male or female. You decide, are they Caucasian? Are they African American? Are they Hispanic? Because when you do your marketing, you have to think of them in that way. So we'll say we have a female who is African American, and then you decide, how old is she? So, hey Kim, it's good to see you. How are you? You just had a birthday, didn't you? I think. Happy birthday. So, you decide, okay, so we have a female that's African American. Well, how old is she? Is she If she's 18, then she only has a small amount of money. If she's 35, that's good, Kim. So if she's 35, what kind of job does she have? What's her occupation, or does she have a business? Is she a business owner? All these things come into play when you start doing things for your business, and you have to make these decisions. So, how much money is this person making? If you have a high ticket service or product, then you want that person to be able to afford you. So you say, okay, so my ideal person, let's I hope that this person is making at least $50,000 so that they can afford my services. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're on here listening. So, you make that you determine, okay, so in our profile we've written all these things down. Where are they located? Do you want people that are in your local area? Well, then you would make a decision to say in Michigan, that's where I am, in Detroit, Michigan, then I know my area is only in this certain amount, is only within Michigan, then I wouldn't do any kind of ads or anything outside of my local area. So when I spend my money, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money, or I don't want to spend any money outside of the Michigan area, because I've determined that the person that I'm going for is in my local area. These are all decisions that we make. Then you have to say, well, how does my particular client, my ideal client, what's their buying behaviors? How do they usually purchase something that's similar to my product or service? So of course you have to do research and make that determination. And then you would look, so are my people on social media? Should I go that way? Should I spend my money that way? Should I do networking events in order to contact my customer? Should I spend the money and go to different conferences because my person may be there? Hey, Kathy. So all these things should be in your profile. What are their buying behaviors? If you have, like, if I'm a t-shirt manufacturer, um do I need to go, hey, how are you all? Hey, Shay. Do I need to go to conferences within my local area? and spend my money there, or should I go outside? If I started talking about being a t-shirt manufacturer. Well, where do my people buy it from? Will they buy from my website? Should I spend money on my on ads for Google? Those type of things. What's their buying behavior? Or should I open up a store and try to get the local dollar? And if so, where should I open my store at? These type of things all come into play when we talk about our ideal customer. So when I say that you don't try to be everything for everybody, that's what I mean. Anybody have any questions? Ask me some questions and I'll try to answer. If I don't know, then I will figure it out and I will get back to you. But I just wanted to open this up because when I talk to people about strategy, a lot of times that's what I hear. Oh, my client is anybody who walks in the door, but that's not true. That person could be male, could be female, could be a certain age. Somebody might age out. If you're doing hair, your client might not be the older client. You want to get somebody within maybe 2025. Then you have to know where they're actually finding out about people. How are they making their buying decisions? How are they making their money? Where do they shop? What are their buying behaviors outside of getting their hair done? What are other ways or other partnerships that you can create? Those type of things come into play as well. Everybody is not your client, and a lot of times I see on here that people are like, why isn't my family and my friends supporting me? Well, they're not your ideal customer necessarily, so it would be nice if they would support you and share your work, but they might not be. So, you can't be upset with them because they're not purchasing all your goods. How do I feel about firing clients? Well, and this is from Kim. Um, Sometimes we do have to fire clients. Unfortunately, if it's not working out and it's not to the benefit of both of you all, sometimes your efforts, you might have to fire a client. Or sometimes if you change your pricing model and they don't necessarily, they're not ready to pay your new pricing model, that can be an instance where you sometimes have to fire a client. And that sounds harsh, but sometimes it's just not working out. You guys just are not gelling. They're not happy with your work, or there's a lot of back and forth and it can start costing you money. So it's unfortunate that sometimes, yes, you do have to fire a client. Any more questions? Have anybody has any does this make sense? Put in the comments if it makes sense what I'm saying, as to that everybody is not your client. Everybody might not be beneficial for you to spend time, because time is money. So if you're wasting time and you're actually targeting the wrong business person, the wrong client, that turns into money. Or if you're finding that you're not able to target them and get them to actually come in and purchase, it's because you might be targeting them wrong on your ads. You're going to the wrong events, those type of things. What does everybody do? So, tell me what some of your businesses are. Thank you for agreeing with me. It goes back to knowing your ideal client, like you're talking about. Yes, it's definitely true. You have to know who to target on ads. You have to know who to target when you go to networking events. And if you know who you're targeting, you also know how to speak to them. You know how to speak their language. Um, and when I say language, it's not necessarily a dialect. It's about how you actually speak to them about business and things like that. How do you talk to them? Any more questions? What does everybody do? Like Shay, how what do you do? I know you said that you're in the Detroit area. What do you do? Kathy? Okay, you're doing paparazzi. All right. I see that a lot right now. It's really it's a hot business. What are some of the things that you do to cater to your ideal customer, Kathy, being in paparazzi? And if you guys could share this, that would be great. Let people know that we're on. Kim, I'm gonna pick on you because I know your business, but tell everybody what your business is. How do you target your ideal customer? What is like one thing that you do? Kim Kramer. Yep, promotional products and apparel. Oh, I didn't know you were an apparel decorator. Hmm. So how do you speak to your ideal client? Networking. Who are they? Have you written like out a profile or anything? Kim? Anybody? Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Nate. Nasa? Am I saying it right? So you do hair. So I find it hard to find an ideal client. I don't know how yet. Well, well, let's break it down then. How old do you think that person is? I do all hair types. So, how old um is a think of a client that you love working with right now that's a real person. Is how old is she or he? Kathy. Okay, so you go on Facebook Live and you give out business cards with free jewelry. Oh, okay. Okay, so your ideal client is not only someone, Kathy, is not only someone that's purchasing jewelry. It sounds like you're also you looking for customer service reps that can sell jewelry. Is that true? Nasa, am I saying your name right? Um, so when you think of someone that you really love working with, is it a male or a female? Okay, interest calls. That's cool, Kathy. So, Nasa, you said yes, they're male or female. Cool. So, Kathy, you said you have interest calls every night at 8 p.m. Is that to get people um, to become customer service reps for paparazzi? And Nasa, oh, okay, 30, 35, men's cut. I love, but color is where it's at. Okay. So then color is expensive, as I know. So you know that your person is not like a young girl. They have to have a good job so that they can get their hair colored every probably every 6 weeks and come in and make sure that their hair is well taken care of. Okay, Kathy. Well, that sounds good. So you speak to your ideal customer probably on a regular basis. And Nasa, you said little girls braids. I feel like if I get them while they are young, I have a client for life. Well, when it's little girls, are they your client? It seems like to me it would be their mothers, because their mothers are the ones that are actually paying the money. So they would be the ones that I would target. I wouldn't target the little girls. And that sounds bad the way I just said it. But I wouldn't, if I was doing ads, I would not, you know, try to target to, you know, try to make my ads work for the little girls. I would try to send out my ad to the mothers and do things that mothers might be interested in. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kim, I missed this whole thing. I'm sorry. Okay, so Kim says, I've narrowed it down from what I like to do and the clients I currently have, which is good. In the beginning, everyone was my client. Everyone was your client. I know that's what everybody says. And it was like being a hamster on a wheel. Yeah. Now I became a specialist. Yes. And you give them that special customer service because you know who they are in a few targeted industries, so I know what they want and need. Can you cater to them specifically? Right. So healthcare, financial institutions, and nonprofits are my top three. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. So you know exactly how to speak to them, because you're working with um, multiple businesses in the same industry. That also helps with your narrative. Um, so yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So niche down. And I know a lot of people are like, you hate to hear people say niche because you want to make that money. But those people will still come, even if they're not within those niches. But if you cater to certain people, then you can specialize. Like Kim says, she's a specialist. Um, and that's what you want to get to. Especially like for me, for certain websites, I have several clients that are therapists. And I found that, I understand the HIPAA regulations and things like that. So that helps my client because I already know a lot of things about the industry. Kathy, okay, so you target 18 years and up, wanting to have a stay at home job. Okay, so you know who you want to cater to. Are they male or female, Kathy? Um, yeah, so that's what it's all about. You become a specialist, an advisor, because you already know kind of the pitfalls of whatever industry they're in. You may have come across issues that you can bring up, or um, okay, Kathy, that's cool. So you can have multiple avatars or ideal customers. You don't necessarily just have to have one. Like Kim says, she has three. So you could have two. You could have one that's a male, one that's a female, because they may have different things that help them to be able to go ahead and purchase. And your ads could be set up differently for each for the male entity and for the female entity. But they have a specific interest. They work from home, those type of things. So I think this is really good. I hope this is helpful. I just wanted to come on because I know when I have strategy clients, I hear this a lot, and I just really wanted to kind of help someone to know that you can't be everything for everybody. You have to find a way to niche down a little bit, and you'll still get those other clients. They'll still come to you, but this way, when you put your money towards your advertising, whether it be on social media. Hi, Jean Paul. Um, Jean Paul, I'm sorry. Um, Thank you. Uh, you just don't want to put forth money towards somebody who really is not going to be interested. You kind of have to get to know who your client is, who is that person, what are their interests, why would they purchase from you rather than someone else. You have to think about that too. What makes you unique? Um, what can make them stop on a dime and stop scrolling? Um, what kind of images do you put up because you have an African American female that's interested in something and she has a problem that you can solve. Oh, okay. I'm glad I said it correctly. Um, so those type of things are the type of things that you think about when you are creating your ads or you're going to networking events. How do you speak to someone in that industry? What can you talk to them about that would make them come to you for whatever service or product that you have? All these things come into play. Does anyone have any more questions? I'll be happy to answer while we have this time together. I'm going to try to do more of these. Hi, Sonia Bell. Um, Yeah, so I was just talking about our ideal customers and how we can build a profile so that when we talk to them on the phone, when we go to networking events, when we create our ads, when we target them and try to, um, when we try to sell our goods, how can we speak to them? Who are they? Um, and Is there anything else that I can help you guys with? Any questions um, about your specific business? Oh, thank you, Sandra. I hope this is helpful. I really would like to help. And these are the type of things that I talk to my clients about during our brand strategy sessions and things like that. Again, I am Lisa Noble. I'm the owner of Vivid Visual Solutions. And, if you have any questions for your specific business when we come off of here, either you can post it on the timeline or you can send me a personal message, and I try to answer what I can and help you, when you're trying to create that profile. It's so you said that for female. Oh, thank you. Is it that you have a female? Um, is that your ideal customer? Is she a female? Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Like I said, if there's any questions, you guys can ask me. I just, now's the time for small business owners to really, make efforts and strides, and we all want to be successful. And knowing who your customer is will help you a lot when you're trying to, you know, sell your goods, sell your services, sell your products. Get to know who they are. Do your research. And you can look on Google and things like that to find out certain things about them, like what conferences, if they're in a certain business industry, look for conferences that cater specifically to them. Where can you go to get in front of them? That's really what it's about. We need to get in front of our customers and talk to them. Thank you, Sonya Bell. Yes, it does. It takes courage, and but I'm gonna try to do it more often, and it's definitely something that is in my goals for this year is to get more in front of you guys, talk to you, and talk to my ideal client. Whether she's a life coach or if she is a therapist, a business owner, but I know that she's female, and just talking to her here on social media, because I know that she's on social media. I have to do the same thing, guys. I have to talk to my ideal customer. So, if there are no more questions, then I'm going to jump off of here and, just go and relax for the rest of the evening and see if This Is Us is about to come on, because that is my jam. So, all right, everyone. Like I said, if you have any more questions for me, please send me a DM or a personal message, and I will try to answer. Have a great evening. Talk to you all soon, and bye.